Thousands of people across Ireland struggle with the simplest of tasks.
As she's getting older, she doesn't need to be doing things anymore. Everything is a little bit more difficult.
Hampered by their health or the environment around them, and with no obvious solution to their problems.
It's described as being as fragile as a butterfly's wings. If you rub off her, her skin will literally just tear off.
I suppose the one common denominator is that it just wrecks your life.
There often seems to be nowhere left to turn for help.
Time isn't guaranteed now. You don't know what tomorrow's going to bring.
In this series, we've brought together 8 of Ireland's leading engineers, designers and computer programmers.
Of all the challenges we're faced, this is the most complex.
Over a year, they'll use cutting-edge science and technology to try and build life-changing solutions.
Hey, look at that shot.
In this episode, they give back to a grandmother what her illness has taken away from her, the ability to recognise even her closest family and friends.
Life hasn't been easy. You have to train yourself completely that I can't do it. And to get that into your head, it takes a long time to come to grips with it.
Maureen Brown from Ballylanders in T Limerick gradually lost her sight during her 30s following a virus.
34 years ago, I just got a sore eye and I was on steroids and antibiotics for years. And every time the inflammation flared up, it took a certain amount of my sight. Over a period of about maybe 5 years, it ate away the backs of my eyes. So I have no sight in my left eye, and I have left with roughly between 10 and 15% in my right eye.
Maureen is a mother of 4 and has 14 grandchildren. As her sight deteriorated, she found herself at home on her own, caring for her children.
That would have been kind of a day before I separated. I separated, my dad died and I was losing my sight. They all happened within a short space of time. Come on, babies. Come on. Now. Well, I suppose an awful lot of my life has been affected by it. I was always very independent and I had to give up driving, which isolated me big time living out in a rural area. I just love sewing and knitting, and I had to give that up because I can't see it. I used to even paint the outside of my own house. I can't do any more because to be like, I don't know what, there's a bit here and a bit there and a bit everywhere.
Maureen is warm and sociable and is always on the go, as her friend Eileen knows all too well.
She goes dancing with us. We go walking. I don't go mountain climbing, she does. I couldn't keep up with her, to be honest with you, the truth. But you'd never know she had a disability. It's the drive in her, you see, you know.
Stubbornness or independence.
Stubbornness or independence, whatever you call it. But it's in there, yeah.
What do I look like to you right now? What can you see?
Well, I can know that there's a person there.
Right.
And I know you have a scarf, and to me the colour's grey and yellow.
Yeah.
But if I met you again, I wouldn't recognise you.
Would you do me a favour? Would you mind, like, if you can move towards me, let me know when you can see me, if you don't mind. I'm just really curious.
I can identify you from here.
From here.
Yeah, so that's my distance.
Right. Yeah. And so if you met me again, unless we were this close,
I wouldn't recognise you. Yeah.
Okay, until I spoke.
Yes, yeah.
That's tough.
Because even one day now, it's gone back a few years, I was coming up the village in Ballylanders and there was 2 people coming down against me and I just said hello. And the next thing, this voice said, "Oh, you're not going to talk to me at all today." And when they spoke, I noticed it was Michael, my son.
Oh, God.
I think he had a shock as well as I did, the fact that I didn't recognise him.
Yeah.
And I got very emotional about it.
Sure. It's little things.
It's little things.
Yeah.
You know, it crucifies you at times, like, you know. To be brief, if I could have something that, you know, that I could identify, is like seeing the grandchildren, you know, or identifying people that are coming in front of me. It's a grand day anyway, wasn't it? Cleared up grand.
You were so pleased.
Nellie, do you remember when Maureen first was like diagnosed with her, you know, the kind of degenerative?
I do, yeah.
What's your memory of that?
It was hard.
It was hard.
Like she could pass somebody in the street and salute them. And they'd say, Maureen Brown never said hello to me.
There was somebody came down the other side of the street there one time when I was losing my sight and I didn't recognise them. They saluted me and they can hear chewing. They said I was after getting very big in myself. I didn't talk to, you know.
I think we're going to go with this idea of identifying people because it clearly matters to her. She gets emotional when she talks about that. She doesn't get emotional about, you know, which packet of soup am I going to buy, but she gets emotional and talks about, you know, the value to her of being able to identify people. So, and I believe that's where the greatest impact is going to be. Showing me around, what a great town.
Back at her office, Lorna is worried how safe Maureen's friend recognition aid will be. She needs to get audio information to Maureen to tell her which of her friends are approaching. But how?
We know that her hearing is what she depends on, and so all of her navigation and all of her safety depends on her, on her hearing, so we cannot interfere or interrupt or co-opt hearing. Whatever we need to do, the feedback to Maureen needs to be some way that we can get this to her without compromising her kind of faculties. Then this thing has to work at range and identify people. It seems like there's no one tech. This is going to be a case of we're going to have to get a lot of different tech working together. And I don't know if that's been done to this degree with this expectations of how robust it needs to be. I think I don't know how to do this, but I think I know some people who do. I'm going to need some help.
Lorna has enlisted the help of Peter Redmond to bring Maureen's friend recognition aid to life. Peter is a robotics and electronics expert. Lorna and Peter have decided to use radio frequency identification.
So I've got these RFID tags.
This would identify each of Maureen's friends and family.
So I'm going to try and build a device that can recognize if this is in the proximity. And to do that, I've bought an RFID reader off the shelf.
But nothing's ever straightforward.
I just received the RFID reader in the post, and it's huge. It's way bigger than I was expecting. I'm still going to go ahead. I'm going to hack it down. I'll see if I can make it smaller, see what I can do with it. Okay, I've modified the RFID reader and I've got it all hooked up here onto my bench vise, and if we get a beep from the RFID reader, it means that it's picking up the tag. So there we go. As you can hear, it's picking up, you can hear the beeps there. It's picking up the tag. Now we're close, we're about a half a meter away, so it definitely should be picking that up. I'm going to just walk across the room here. Now it's stopped. How far away am I now? Not very far. And it's not picking it up at all. So back to the drawing board. I need a different solution.
It's prototype day for Maureen too. She's come to Dublin to meet with Lorna and Peter. They've come up with a great idea for the friend recognition aid.
I thought about how to give you some audio information without letting what you can hear around you. And I've decided to use a bone conductive headset. So how that works is it's like your phones, but instead of sending the sound into your ear, it vibrates through your bone on the side of your head. You can still fully hear everything around you.
All right.
It doesn't block up your ears at all. It just sends the sound directly into your inner ear.
Okay.
So we'll give that a go and see how that works. So this just hangs over here. Okay, so it's not in your ears, and you should be able to hear everything, and it's switched on right now.
And you can still hear me completely.
I can.
Right? So
yes. Yeah.
It should tell you.
Peter needs to know if Maureen is getting the correct information through the headpiece. The electronic voice should be able to tell Maureen if Peter is standing to her left or to her right, and if he's behind her or in front of her.
So if I walk over here.
Front, left, 3.
Front, left, free.
So 3 feet away, I'm 3 feet
Okay,
away.
yeah.
It's saying a lot of words. Front, left, 3, which
Yes.
means front, left, 3 feet away. If I'm
Okay.
on this side,
Front, right, 2.
2. Yeah, on my right side.
Right, 1.
You're 1 on my right hand side.
Yeah.
Front, left, 1.
You have to get used to what she's
Yeah.
saying. Yeah.
I think from the perspective of thinking about the voice, so we had a synthetic voice, like the system itself has a synthetic voice, it's like bot, and I think, you know, it was something that Maureen understood, but I don't think she connected a lot with it. And then I think what we're going to try and do is if we can get be her voice versus someone telling her, it feels like that assist is like taking the power away from her. So I think we're going to try and make this Maureen's own voice.
if I walk in, I think on this side,
Enter, Peter.
Enter Peter.
yeah, so I've just entered to the zone.
Okay.
And now if I leave,
Exit, Peter.
You're gone.
I'm gone.
Yeah.
So it's just to give you an
Yeah,
idea of
yeah.
what it would be like.
Yes. The headphone thing is absolutely amazing. You know, it's so light and it's discreet. As you say, like if I had something in my ear, it's going to knock me off balance really, like, do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
brilliant.
it's non-invasive. It's
Yeah.
just there when you need it.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks a million.
We built like basic prototype and clearly it's big, you know, it's really cumbersome. I think the range was not great for us. It was kind of, you know, going in and out of range, and I think that we need to be certain and confident in the range that this thing has. And that's not necessarily too easy to do, particularly when you're outdoors. So I think those two things matter so much. So I think we have a lot of work to do.
Meanwhile, Peter is trying to expand the range of Maureen's friend recognition aid. He's found an alternative to the radio frequency identification.
I'm going to try Bluetooth. So I found these little beacons, Bluetooth beacons. So I'm going to try and make some hardware that detect beacons. So here is my Bluetooth receiver prototype, but I don't have any code in yet, so I need to write some code so that it can actually do what it's supposed to do. I have 2 Bluetooth beacons. So that I can test it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them into this. When I open this box, hopefully it will say either enter Lorna or enter Peter, depending on which beacon I take out of the box.
Enter, Peter.
Okay.
Enter, Lorna.
Both of them. As soon as I open the box, I pick them up straight away. So that is a great result. I'm really happy with that.
Maureen's fix is the friend recognition aid. Peter and Lorna have given specially programmed Bluetooth fobs to Maureen's friends and family. But will they work real-life situations?
So the first part of the technology is this Bonking headset. Another part of it is this box here. This is the box that I made. And inside this is a Bluetooth receiver and a Bluetooth transmitter. But the Bluetooth receiver receives signals from one of these fobs.
Okay.
And we have a whole lot of these fobs that you can give out to your family and friends.
Oh, brilliant.
So we're going to give
Sounds
out...
fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maureen's own voice has been recorded for the headset. Whenever a friend or family member with a fob is close by, the headset is programmed to tell her that person's name and also whether they've entered or left.
Okay. So let's bring in somebody.
The first to test the system is Maureen's granddaughter, Leisha.
Leisha. Is he here? Me, Leisha. Oh, God. To me, that was extreme emotion. It's hard to explain how emotional it was, because I haven't experienced that for a long time. Oh, it's just... that to me, that I could pick her out before she opened her mouth, is kind of bring me back to nearly before I lost my sight.
You mightn't come and eat anymore.
That was unreal, absolutely unreal. Eileen Borna. Hello. Just can't explain it. It's unbelievable, really, like, because at that distance I wouldn't have a clue who'd be there, like, you know.
I didn't expect her to be as emotional. Like, it didn't seem so significant, but clearly, you know, for Maureen, it was really a big deal. You know, this is a very tight-knit community, and she's got a lovely family. I think not being able to acknowledge that these are people she cares about, that everyone's a stranger, is really, like, emotionally, that's really tough. And I think she's carried that for a long time. So I think that's why today was such a big deal.
Next up is friend Noreen, who, like Maureen, is visually impaired.
Noreen is here. Hey guys, there's no hiding on you now.
And how clear is it for you now?
It's very clear because it's my own voice.
Okay, so you record it in your own voice.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
With bone conductivity, the sound is inside your head. It's like someone whispering. So that's about as close as you can get to, like, being aware yourself versus a different person's voice coming from outside. This is her voice in her head. And that subtle thing, I think, is what's, you know, making it work.
No, unfortunately, no, that is mine. It's something I thought that would never be possible. Happy is an understatement for us, really. If I could actually express my happiness now, I'd actually scream so loud I'd nearly lift the roof off of the place. All I want to do is go, yes!
As we continue to stay at home, we've plenty to keep you busy. Log on to rte.ie/lifestyle and you'll find loads of ways to keep active at home, and we're adding to it every day. Remember, if you want your little ones to keep their brains active too, check out rte/learn.